For the speaker we're about to hear today, I pray that her message will be one that touches our hearts and inspires us to do more for the community and the world that we live in. For all the people that we list week after week, I watch your faces when we read off that long list of people, and you know, it's important for us to remember. And you say, I mean, I've thought about it. People say, why do you do it every week? Because we need to do it every week. We need to remember that there are people that need our prayers, and we need to call their names out, and we need to pray for them. Some of these people, we may be the only people that do that for them this week. I was reminded years ago of a woman that came to church here, and she said she came every week just to get a hug. It was her only hug she got all week. This may be the only prayer these people get. We don't know that. But we know that we as a family of faith believe in prayer, we believe in miracles, we believe in hope, and we believe in a God that loves us no matter what happens. And for that, we are so very, very thankful. For the people that we recognize today in a kind of a kidding way that serve you, for all the people that put so much work into this market that's about to happen, the backpack programs, the guys that move the stuff, the veterans program. You listen to all the things going on here, and I can't help believe that God is smiling. And we thank you, God, for giving us this opportunity to serve, to put us in a community of faith that wants to serve you and continues to do so. For that, we praise you, and I thank you for each and every person here. May you bless their lives as we serve you. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Hannah House.
I just found out I'm pregnant and I don't know what to do.
Okay, kind of tell me a little bit about the situation. Take a deep breath. You're good.
He just kicked me out and I'm living in my car. I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
We're gonna help you. Just take a deep breath, okay?
This is the call we receive every day. Nearly half of all pregnancies in the U.S. are unplanned. For many of these women, their first response is fear. Without support, resources, or a safe place to turn, these women often feel isolated, overwhelmed, and unsure where to go. Many are pressured into making quick decisions, while others are abandoned by the people they trust most. And then there are the babies. Some are never given the chance at life, while others are born into cycles of trauma, poverty, and instability. It doesn't have to be this way. For over 25 years, Hannah House has been here to help and is still going strong thanks to people like you.
At Hannah House, we offer more than a roof over a woman's head. We offer hope, a safe place to rest, a chance to start again. We walk with women through the hardest moments of their lives, offering housing, adoption options, counseling, life skills, spiritual guidance, and love every step of the way. We have a focus of adoption at Hannah House, but whether a mom chooses to parent or place her child for adoption, we support her journey with grace, compassion, and unwavering care.
Hannah House isn't just a home, it's a chance for life, and it's powered by people like you.
I help with Bible studies, Bright course classes, or whatever the need is. Just being there for the girls. It's simple, but it matters.
We participate in prayer and support. We believe in life, and the Hannah House lives that out.
We give monthly because every dollar is a seed of hope for a mom and the baby she chose life for.
Coming to events like the Pasture Party is our way of supporting the mission and having fun while doing it.
Without Hannah House, I wouldn't be where I am today. They believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself.
From volunteering at events, leading prayers, and your financial support, every act of kindness makes a difference.
Be a part of the journey when mothers choose life. Here's how you can support Hannah House. Become a monthly donor. Get your church involved. Attend or sponsor a fundraiser. Spread the word on social media. Pray with and for us. There's a place for everyone in this story, including you.
We're dreaming big, expanding our reach, and building a future for life-affirming care. So with your help, we'll be able to serve more women in need and save more babies. To everyone who has prayed, donated, volunteered, or told someone about Hannah House, thank you. Because of you, life was chosen. Because of you, a woman found hope. And because of you, a baby's life was saved.
So this morning we're going to continue our time. We've been talking about our Be Rich campaign, and we launched that a couple weeks ago. And last week we were able to bring in one of our partner ministries to do a little bit of an interview. Today we're going to do it again with Melanie Wright from Hannah House. Now, in case you wonder whether God provides in ways that you don't always anticipate, this is the second Sunday in a row that we're having a ministry interview with one of our partners, and we're going to need a couple more minutes. And just so happens that both last week and this week, the Cowboys do not play this afternoon. So if we're a minute or two late, you're all good. We got lunch afterwards. Cowboys don't play till tomorrow night. It's all good. So Melanie, thank you for joining us today. Melanie from Hannah House. You saw the video. Talks about a little bit what they do. Tell us a little about yourself as we get started.
Okay. Well, thank you again for having me. It's a pleasure. So real quick, if I can shorten this down. My husband and I have been married for over 30 years. We have 6 children, 4 biological, 2 adopted, ages 11 through 27. He's an ag teacher at Union Hill ISD, and we've been at Hannah House almost 10 years. About, I guess, 12 or 14 years ago, he was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease, and during that time, we were fostering and trying to do all the things that we thought we were supposed to be doing. He almost died as we said yes to moving into Hannah House. Luckily, he did not die. We moved into Hannah House. We've been there ever since. And that's just there's a lot more involved there, but throughout those struggles are where we knew God was working through us to get to Hannah House. So that's a little bit about us.
Cool. All right. So give us just a real brief intro to Hannah House, how women get to you, how they find out about you, kind of how that works. What's the process to onboarding them into the Hannah House?
Okay. Well, you didn't get to see it, but we have another video that's very lengthy and goes into more description. But Hannah House is basically, we're a maternity home. So when women call us, or if they're in need of a place to go, we want to bring them in. We want to be that next step once they have chosen life. We can't, in our hearts, we're like, we can't preach about, hey, don't have an abortion, choose life, and then not be there to back that up. So we are trying to live out that call. So we provide counseling. We get our women into our great set of doctors. Majority of our women have to go to high-risk doctors because of the situations coming off drugs or in trafficking or wherever they're coming from. They need to see a high-risk doctor. All our services are free. We also do Bright Course classes. We have a focus of adoption, but we do have moms that come in and they're undecided, and they just need more time to figure out what's going to be, best for their life. So we work with them, and we work with people all over the state of Texas and beyond with resources. So our services are free again. We have a house mother that takes them to all their appointments and helps us with the day-to-day. But I was telling, I think Bill or Laura earlier, if it was just pregnancy, that's a walk in the park. It's all the other stuff that comes with this that we're like, oh, wow, okay, that's a new one, or...
Sure. Well, tell us some about that. I mean, obviously, they show up and they're pregnant, so what are the other things beyond just the pregnancy that become challenges?
Yeah, so we take women in domestic violence situations, trafficking. Trafficking is a big one that we take in. I was telling him, we have women that we work with the Longview PD, the homeless department. So they'll call us and they'll say, hey, we've got a mom that's living at the ballpark, or she's in the woods and needs you to try to come talk to her and figure out what's going to be the best plan for that mom. Okay. Some of them, they come to us. Some of them, we're just still working with them on resources, because at the end of the day, that baby has to come out, and we want to build that relationship so that that baby is safe and has somewhere to go.
Sure. Now, I know on the facility, I've been there, it's up off of Highway 300 between Longview and Gilmer. Then you take a couple county roads, a couple more county roads. You're out there, but you have a quadplex where the women stay. Now, when I first met you, where were the women staying before the quadplex?
So when we moved into Hannah House almost 10 years ago, the women stayed in the home with us. And it is a very small, it's not a big house.
Not a big house.
For a family and all these women. And we knew that first year that something had to change. You cannot live 24 hours a day with prostitutes, trafficking situations, women that are addicted to something, and have children in your home, and it be successful. So after that first year is when we just said, okay, we're going to build this quadplex, and it has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, so they each have their own bedroom and bathroom. But before, they were living at the other end of our house, sharing a bathroom, and that did not work.
Imagine that was educational for your children.
Oh, it was quite educational. I'm like, put your earplugs in, go to the bedroom, do something, but just disregard what she just said. But I was telling him, actually, this next year it'll be 5 years old. That building has been there for 5 years. So we're excited about that. We're excited to see. The Texas Baptist Men actually came in and helped us build that home. So it's pretty life-changing.
Yeah, sure. And just know some of our contributions go back that far and help contribute to that. So it's a beautiful place there. This video I don't think showed as well the facility that you have. It's really out in the country, really nice. There's a little lake out there, and it's a calming place for sure.
And we wanted that when people come in, because our girls, they're used to living on Highway 80 and in Dallas, under the bridges and all through all that chaos. Well, you can't think in all that chaos. And when you're making a decision, do I parent this child or do I place this baby for adoption? You got to have some peace and quiet to hear the Lord talking to you and saying, okay, this is what I really need to do.
Yeah, sure.
And so, yeah.
Now, the video presented a really easy picture where the women just come in, they'd sit and do Bible studies, they look nice, everybody's polite, everybody's kind, everybody's appreciative of the work that you do. I know that's not necessarily as accurate as some of the women come to you. I know you told me your stories about that they sometimes get mad and want to leave, and they say, well, I'm just leaving, and you're like, okay, well, go. Well, where are they going to go? Because you're out in the middle of nowhere. So tell us some of the stories of how that works out. How does some of those dynamics play themselves out?
Yeah, so I've tried, I don't want to share all of it at times because people are like, oh my gosh, that's horrific. I'm going to go the other way. But I do want to be real with you about some of the things. They are there and they know, first off, this is a voluntary program. If you want to be here, we are more than honored and glad and thrilled to help you. But if you don't want to be here, it's not going to work. And so we have had women. I came back from my grandmother's funeral, Mother's Day weekend several years ago, and she had her bags packed and she was walking down the drive, and I was like, where are you going? She's like, I'm going back to Dallas. And I was like, do you know where you are? Because we're not close to Dallas, and if you're walking, you're not going to make it.
It might be a while.
It's going to be a while. So we have to let them go. We don't hold them hostage or kidnap them. So we're like, okay, well, if we can take you anywhere, we surely will. But if you want to walk, God bless. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck. We do have that situation. Something else I was going to mention. We have women come in that have never had a family experience. So that is so foreign to them. So they don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It's not what they want. So they bolt. Or they get mad at you because you have a family that is still together and thriving. So they don't like that at all either. And then we have baby daddies or crazy family members that want to get to our girls. I don't know if I shared this with you, but several months ago, actually, no, it's been more than a year ago, sorry. Over a year ago, we had a mom come out of jail, her baby daddy, and I don't like that phrase, but that's what it is. Anyway, he was still in the jail, and somehow after she got to us, he was released, and he talked to everybody in Longview and Gilmer and had to find out where Hannah House was. He found out where we were, which is crazy because you literally have to take 15 roads to get to us. Yep. But he found where we were. He hid in the back of the woods, and he could watch her through her back window. So, of course, we had to CT the property. We had to put everything in place. But my husband, for almost 2 weeks, had to go meet our children at the gate when they got home, and he would walk them in with a gun because we never knew what was going to go down. We had to be on lockdown for about 2 weeks straight. My kids couldn't go out on the 55 acres to play because you never know when he was going to come up and do something. We had a death threat. It's been about 6 months ago. So when those death threats come in and somebody's going to kill me, that's where your prayers come in. Sure. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but those are the foundation of your prayers because that's the ugliness and the real things that we deal with because we have so many crazies out there that do not and will not support life.
Yeah, sure. I also know some things. What are some of the areas you're involved in? Because you mentioned trafficking as one of the scenarios that you deal with, but that you mentioned it quickly, so dig in that a little bit. Yeah. Tell us when you talk about trafficking, what does that look like? What does that mean? And then how close to where we live is that?
So about 4 years ago, we started what it's called HEPTA Coalition Longview, and it's just a trafficking coalition. So several years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, we realized the girls that were coming into our program were not just pregnant women out of domestic violence. they were out of trafficking. And we had to know, how do we deal with that? We need more education. We need to know exactly what we're looking for. And so we had Beyond Trafficking come down and train us, go over all the things that we needed to know, and then we would be better prepared. I would say about 90 to 95% of our women have been trafficked. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And we're like, that's trafficking. Your mom put you in that at 5 years old. She made you go do things to provide groceries and pay the bills. That is trafficking. It's if you're familiar with inventory trafficking, familiar trafficking is super high. I think it's 40%. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a very high percentage is familiar trafficking.
And that's it means family members.
Means family members. It means your brother is trafficking your sister or his sister, or the mom is putting these children in situations. I had a case, in fact, I'm dealing with a case right now of a man who has been trafficked, and I don't deal with a lot of men, but this was, a need's there, and we have to try to help it. But he was trafficked, and he found out growing up his mom was a trafficker. Didn't even know it. She hid it so well.
Right.
So trafficking is everywhere. It's literally under your noses, and you're missing it, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I've dealt with a woman that was trafficked from the bus station in Longview in 2016. Mom kicked her out at, 12 or 14 years old, sent her to the bus station, and her mom's friend said, well, I got a job for you, come over here. She got her into trafficking, took her on the road, and they were gone.
Okay.
Trafficking is everywhere, and it is serious.
Yeah. You have some training, you mentioned as well, some training to help recognize what signs are. So just know if you're interested in some of that, we can help provide some of that.
Yeah, so we actually just about 3 months ago partnered with CPS and CASA and Ad Litem's in this area, and also as well as Tyler. We had 2 days of training for both Longview and Tyler, and just to people understand more what they're looking for.
Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, anybody got any questions? Well, that was quick. You think I asked all the junior high kids how to pray? Like, no? All right.
We do take questions.
Yeah, Lisa, what you got? Hang on, Lisa, we got Mike. I'm going to bring a microphone to you real quick.
Do you use an agency for your adoptions, or do you arrange them yourself?
Great question. We didn't touch on that. So we partner with Christian Homes and Family Services. So when women come into our program, they know that they have to be open to talk about parenting and adoption. Because the reality is, if we have a mom that she has, her baby daddy is in a gang, MS-13 is one of our frequent gangs that we work with, that baby does not need to go back to that gang, because what happens to that is a whole other story. The women are, they start them breeding at age 12, 13, and then the boys, sometimes they kill those babies. So it is highly important for them to understand that that baby needs to be protected at all costs. So yes.
Okay, good question. Okay.
How many of you
hang on. Let's get a microphone to you.
How many women are you able to house?
So our home holds 4 women. Right now we have a house mother, so our number is 3. That number is ever changing. Like we have a mom that's due to deliver in the next couple of weeks. So we're just constantly changing with those numbers. But we also work with the women in the community, at the shelters, in the woods, wherever they might be. So there's no, like I said, it's ever changing.
And they stay there for the length of the pregnancy, is that correct?
Yeah, and so let me touch base on that. So they may come in at 4 weeks before delivery and only be there for 4. they can stay up to 6 weeks after delivery, or 8 weeks if they have a C-section. But some women choose to leave the very next week. Some will stay the whole time, and they never want to leave. Some go on to different programs. We partner with Graciously Broken and Hardisons and other ministries around the town, and we try to get them into a next program if they need that program. But some there for a few weeks, some are there the whole time.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Jim?
She kind of answered my question. I was just wondering what happened to the women after they've given birth and they've either decided to keep the child or to put it up for adoption. Where do the women go?
So the women that stay there long have chosen the adoption path, stay there throughout delivery, and then afterwards. If they choose after the first 6 weeks or so, they're like, I want to parent this child. And I'm like, great, that is your choice completely. Here's a list of programs. Let's get busy looking at these programs that house mother and children, because you need a good support system. What we've seen is if we throw those women right back into where they're going to go, the foster care system is still overrun. So we've got to make sure those women have good support afterwards. So those 1 to 2 year programs for mom and baby, that's what we're pushing them to go into.
Sure. Okay.
Good question. Who else? Yes.
Right. No, it's coming. It's coming. And while the microphone is going there, I'm assuming Rahab's Retreat would be one of those that's possible?
Possible. We have to do, we move faster than that because when our girls need somewhere, we need intake instantly.
Right. I got you.
And I think Rahab's only does intake once or twice.
Right.
So we have programs that do intake all the time.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. If the moms that decide to keep their children and want to go back into want to go into a legal workforce, are they told about child care services that will provide child care for them?
Yes.
Good.
Are you saying that? Do we tell them about those?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what we want to get them into those programs before they deliver, so they can get all into that program because every program is different. So some offer that, and some, they make the women have to seek out and get that help for themselves.
Good.
But
Thank you
yes.
for doing that.
Good.
Cool. Yeah. Mike? Father Mike?
One thing that I asked her this morning, I think that's real important on all these kind of programs that we support or you support, they receive no federal funding. It's private money that's keeping this going. Also, as a church, we've been doing this for many, many years. We support another program that does take women that want to go and live there, be supported there in a home type environment. Another one called Ben Ritchie that we've been giving to for years. So just want to make sure that people know that your money is needed and used, and it's used here locally as we sponsor so many things.
Yeah, sure.
And he's 100% correct. We take no government funding whatsoever. We want to be able to pray with our women, talk about Jesus, talk about what he is going to do for you and all the blessings he wants to bestow on you and help you if you follow his path and change directions. But yeah, no government funding whatsoever.
Sure. So just assuming somebody out there would want to get involved and do something, be a part of what you do, tell them what are some options for people to be involved.
I have got options. But let me ask one question. Can anybody guess how much percentage-wise church support we get? Anybody want to take a guess? 45%? 50%. Anybody else? Okay. 3%. 3% is how much we get in church support. 97% is individuals.
Wow.
I thought y'all might think of this. It shocked me when I was like, is this for real? It is for real. Yep. It is for real. But but every bit is so helpful.
True.
And what was the question?
Ways to get involved.
Ways to get involved.
With the help. I saw one woman on the video talked about coming in and she leads Bible studies, transportation back and forth to the doctor, just things that people could do if they wanted to help.
So we do have volunteers. Our volunteers go through an extensive training because of the situations that we work with. We don't work with, like I said, women that are just pregnant. We're talking about women that have been in jail, that have done time for this, and that, women that have beat so-and-so up, or whatever the situation is. They are not ideal situations. So we want to make sure our volunteers are very trained in that, to not throw any curveballs and go, oh my goodness, I had no idea that this existed. I don't want to hide anything. I want to make sure it's out there. But we do have volunteers that come in and lead Bible studies, Bright Course classes. Our girls are required to do Bright Course classes. We also need transportation. Our poor house mom, she does great, but man, it's a lot when you're dealing with women that have so many needs. We also need financial help. We're really pushing for monthly donors because that helps us better gauge for next year how we can plan, how we can grow, what we need to do. I will say we have an amazing board. Our treasurer is phenomenal. They keep us up to date on everything and on track and not in the red at all, so I am thankful for that. But life happens all the time. Things break down. Girls need more things than we ever dreamed of at times. Right now, we're looking for an underwriter for our banquet. That's $15,000 to $20,000. But if we can get the underwriter, that covered, then we can help, get more people in to support the ministry, to be monthly donors and so forth. Auction items. We're always looking for auction items for our banquet coming up in February. Hunting trips, vacations, guns, all kind of things to help support. And that's just, good money to come in for the ministry.
Sure.
And of course, I should have led with this, but prayer is our number one. That is our foundation.
Sure.
We have to have your prayers in order to get us through some of the day-to-day.
Sure.
sponsor a table for events. Our packets are out there with our brochures out at that table that you were talking about up there. And then also sign up for our email. That we keep a lot of stuff. We do post a lot on social media, but you'll never see any of our women on social media for security purposes. Like I said, the death threats and all the things for their safety and the safety of our family, you will not see any women on our social media. But yeah, social media, share the word through email, social media. Those connections are vital. And not only for that, it's vital to, like, if I have a mom that's going to go to San Antonio, there might be a family in San Antonio that wants to help. We need those connections.
Yeah, sure. Okay, cool.
What else?
Anything else? Why not? Let me back up. Hang on. I know you could talk for a couple hours.
I could talk forever about
this.
Let
me hold on. Yeah. So, and we've covered a ton of stuff. There are a lot of good things involved there. Melanie will be with us down at lunch. She'll sit there at the table already. Now you can come up and ask her questions, or just sit and visit a little bit. I know we've been working together for a number of years, and even some personal matters. And so I appreciate all that you do. I've been to your facility. It's a beautiful place, and met some of the people involved in that. It's a lot of great work. And you and your family. I mean, when I first found out you took them into your house, I was like, that's awesome, and that's crazy, like all at the same time.
It was really crazy.
But the house has been a huge help to have them build their own space and not in yours. And so thank you for doing. Thank you, Melanie, big hand. Thank you for being this morning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. That's it. We've been talking about our Be Rich program, and just to summarize it really quick for you, it's been going on for a number of years in an informal way, but we've gone to our partner ministries and just basically asked, what can we do to help you? What can we do that would help you make a big difference for other people around your ministry? And so we collect all the projects lists. We've talked about the projects, obviously sex trafficking, food needs, clothing needs, homeless. Anything you can almost think of in our area, we've done that, and virtually every bit of it stays locally here in East Texas. And so it's a huge help. We've shown our promotional video the last couple of years, last couple of weeks. Over the last 4+ years, you as a church have given over $300,000 that have come in through our Be Rich program. And one of the cool things about it is we are asking that 100% of people participate in some way. If you want to give $5, that's participating, because 100% of what you give, we will turn around and give 100% of it away. There's no administrative costs, there's no processing fees, no shipping and handling that costs. Everything that's given all turns around and is given back out to do things just like help the Hannah House and help men, women, children, all kind of places around the area. So we appreciate that and your support. It's going to go on for the rest of this year, through the calendar year, through December. You can give. We're next week going to move on to some other things during worship and our sermons, but that doesn't end our giving campaign. You can give either online or in the offering plate. Just mark your gift, Be Rich, so that we know that it goes towards this, because this is above and beyond anything else we normally do in our operational budget as well. And like I said, it goes all the way through December, and then we'll go from there and see how it turns out, and then let you know where it went, what did, and all that kind of stuff, and let you meet some of the folks that we've been supporting over the years. So thank you, Melanie, for being here, and thank you for your time this morning. As we transition a little bit, we're going to move into our time to gather at the Lord's table and celebrate communion. We say every week, know that if you worship with us, you have a place at the table. Not because we say so, but because Jesus says he gave his life for all who believe in him to come and gather at the table. So know, regardless of your backgrounds or traditions or places that you've